Good evening. I got it right this time. And happy Sunday! Happy September Shindig. It's been a weekend, and I said I was going to stream a little bit late, and I was trying to be smart and posting and saying, oh, it's going to be 2:00. And then it ended up being not 2:00. So, yay. I'll make that bigger because it makes sense. Yeah, I ended up sleeping till 2. So, I did not have the ability to get up and just pop on the camera and do the thing. Or it would have been, well, you guys might have found it funny, actually. It might have been hilarious to sit there and be like, look at her, she can't form words. But I was like a hot mess. I still have irritation and like dermatitis around my one eyeball from the fiberglass. So it was like my eye kind of, ever since chemo, has always kind of had watery issues, but that makes the dermatitis irritated, which makes everything bad, and it's just not a good like hour. Seems like these days. So yeah, we're assembled. I actually have a themed kind of t-shirt on because it matches somebody who I will show you in a minute. The sale is live as of yesterday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I have everything up on the website. Our Medallion Club members got early access, which is fun because they took total advantage of that, which is always good to see. And then so they got early access and discounts. And then I have painted pieces that were supposed to go up yesterday that I delayed till today. They went up not first thing this morning, 9:00 my time. So it wasn't like crack of dawn, but I was in the middle of my sleep. So I didn't go to sleep until almost 7:00 in the morning. So that's why I was up at 2. It's not like I slept for crazy hours. So yeah, I'm gonna go check chat because we have chat and chatty things. We have Cindy. Hello, Cindy. Good evening. Kristen. Good evening. Haley. Hello. Jody. Howdy. Tommy. Hello. I'll turn off the chat timer thingers, which I still don't know what that does, but it makes me click it every time I'm on. I have the auctions to show you. They're pretty cool. You guys probably saw me posting stuff at like 4-5 o'clock in the morning as I'm going through things. I still need to go through and post the pictures of, I did everybody. So there's albums on my Facebook page for everybody, and then they're up on Model Horse Place. Let's see. I don't want to open there. Where am I? Haha. Sweet. I don't know if it's just me, but my internet has been like atrocious the last little while, particularly on my phone. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't want to go anywhere and do any of the things. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome to a live. It's late live, so I'm assuming different people will be able to come, and some people from the mornings won't be able to come. So I did post stuff. Let's share that. So this is the Neela medallion that I did that is a artist's proof. It's also a custom artist proof because normally that one ear isn't back, it is forward. So it's kind of fun. I had a lot of fun. This is the one that I showed you guys peeks of in the social media posts where it's hair by hair pencil detailing for the coat. So it's not hair by hair ronin because it's not a roan, but grays kind of like roans in some senses, so it works out. All of the little hairs are all drawn in through the whole medallion. Anywhere that has hair drawn in on it. And then layers of pigment go on to kind of set things back. I was using Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils. So that's these guys. That's actually one of the exact ones I used. You can use different shades. I used primarily just the white with a couple of grays and then black. It can sometimes work to your benefit to use other ones. I know Morgan Kilburn, when she was doing her Fleabit grays with pencils, would use like a blending stump to try and get things to blend in. I find that using your makeup brush with pigments also does kind of the same thing. Or you could use an expensive mini mop like I have been. It's not that expensive, $12. But this helps blend things in a little bit too. And then the pigments I find just give it a little bit of depth. So, oh, Kinsey, I should have recognized the last name. Hi. Hi, Annie. Hi, Katie. AT&T. We don't have AT&T up here. I don't know what the equivalent would be necessarily, but I'm on TELUS, which is kind of one of our bigger providers. We have like TELUS, Bell, Rogers are the main ones. So Canadian internet generally sucks. We don't have as good of internet providers as you guys do down in the States. And that's probably saying something because I'm sure that works out really good. Katie, with your eyeballs. So if you cycle through all the photos, like there's detailing on the forehead. Like I was saying, the pigments, it works really well. Somebody was saying, that's a really nice bust. Ha ha ha, it's flat. I like doing that when people think it's 3D, but it's not. And you can kind of blend a little bit with a little bit of pressure and get the pigments to kind of blend in. And I find that the pan pastels in particular work really well for blending things versus like a normal pigment, because a normal pigment, they don't have the same blending capabilities as the pan pastels for whatever reason. So yeah, you can kind of see here how it's kind of there and not there. You can see that there's a hair texture to it, but it's not punch you in the face, which I kind of really enjoy. And this is obviously super blown up. Like on my screen, I have a 32-inch giant screen, so it's super, super blown up. So I go, oh, I should have fixed that, and I would have done that differently. But it's like looking at a micro under photos or a microfying. Okay, maybe I didn't have enough caffeine. Microfying glass. My goodness. So yeah, you can see how the coat, I really like how it turned out. So someone's going to be really, really happy. They went up, all the auctions went up with $1 starts, no reserves. So they're free. They'll go home with somebody for sure. But yeah, that fade where you can see the hair and then see the little ticking, but then it just kind of fades out. It does something funky to my brain that I really enjoy. There's the eyeball, because you got to have eyeballs. I'm going to close up the cheek and then a little. So you can see there's hair basically everywhere. And then it's more subtle and less subtle in certain areas. And then it's signed on the back as custom because it has the custom ear. Artist proof number 1. So yay! Currently at 156, it finishes in 23 hours. So tomorrow, they were supposed to finish later than that. It punked me with the time zone. Anyway, all right. So finishing tomorrow in almost 24 hours. So about 6 o'clock? No, 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. So it was supposed to be 7, but I guess we're not changing that now. This is what happens when I set them to go on when I'm in bed. Jeez, I've been bamboozled. Don't believe that here in the States, the internet's terrible. You guys get it. Like, we have less people, so they seem to think that it can be way more expensive and shittier. So, yay. Let's see if I can get to the other auction things I have. So there's other items. So Dreamer would be the next one that I put up. This is again, hair by hair pencil technique. It's an older Medallion Club medallion, and he is a Leopard Appaloosa black base, and he's got some really cool modeling that I managed to get. Like, it almost has that velvety feel. I just want to pet his chin. And the technique, this was actually the first medallion that I started playing with it on. There's a couple that I've used it with now, and I really kind of enjoy the way it looks, because you can get it to be a little punchier, a little subtle, depending on what you're doing to it. So he's just got such a nice, soft feel. So that's what I'm talking about. Look, you could like pet. I'm reaching out to touch the screen because, I can touch it and feel that. Like the silky monitor. Oh, yeah, kind of. Not as velvety, but so yeah, I can blend Like I got that to blend in really well and it looks really nice and soft, which is kind of cool. This guy was actually sculpted. I went to Ireland and the Cliffs of Moher and the ocean breezes, and I got to ride a Connemara on the beach. And so it was kind of that. I drew a sketch and I called him Samwise of the little Connemara that I rode, just kind of standing there windblown. And I never ended up sculpting the full thing, but this was kind of close. And then he wanted to be more drafty, so it got to be that. Here's a close-up of his eyeball and his face modeling. He's got a really nice soft eye. I remember making this guy and being really happy because I got to do windblown hair, and I like, you guys know me in hair. It's just fun. So it's a little bit more subtle on his neck, a little bit more pronounced in some areas on his face, but you can see that there's the texture all over. So you can kind of see the flexibility of the technique, which is kind of cool. Maybe I'll do a video or something of me doing it at some point so you can see how it works. But super cool. I really enjoy him. So he's at 151 and then ends in about the same time. They all ended kind of within a 30-minute period, but they do have snipers removed on it. Polywog was the one that was up next. So this is Kylie Park's little polywog, so tadpole in microscale. Yes, that is one of the tiny little maple candies with him because I couldn't resist and it was too cute because he is, don't put him in your mouth. He does not taste like maple, but he is very, very small. So all his little pictures, I added wings to him because I couldn't resist that. We actually printed that edition for Kylie, and we've done actually resin casting a few times for her. So we did Elfwin, Elflings, Cyclone, or the majority of the Cyclones for the medallions, and Chilbert and Mushu. So there's a few editions that we did for her while we were still open to casting publicly, and then my husband went back to work. So you can see him there with a nickel. I used an American nickel, as you can tell, instead of a Canadian nickel, but they're the same size. Your guys' money just feels like it's more real. Ours feels like it's toy money, but anyways. Lots and lots of shading and highlighting to bring out his little details. So when you're looking at him on the table, he pops a little bit. He is a cosmic Appaloosa with all of his little spottinesses on him, with lots of glittery color in his mane and tail and wings, and then little gloss feeties. His tail with his little windblown butt and his little tilted foot. So there's some detail. His little facial veins all highlighted. His little eyeballs all like, I'm a pony and I win at all the things. So yeah, I thought I had belly pictures. Maybe I don't. Oh, there it is. So his little tiny feeties are painted. He's got RM24 on his belly. So you'll know where he comes from. There's his back. Yeah, super cute. I'm excited. He's at 223 and he ends in 5 minutes less than 24 hours. So 5:15. I can't time or math. It's the same thing. And then last but not least is the Artist Proof Rise. So this one kind of matches my shirt right now while my internet loads. So this was the dark version of Guardian, and I have a thing for the dark purple fantasy ponies. So this one's at 251, ends in 1 day, exactly, no hours, just 1 day. So exactly 5:19, 5:20 tomorrow. There we go. There's a really nice deep shaded purple coat. It's really hard to get pictures of his color, but I'll show you guys the actual physical ones because I have them here, obviously. There's some sparkle going on in the mane that you can't really see, lots of pearlex. This paint and technique that I used on the horn looks really, really cool. It's a little bit easier to see in person than it is in photos. There's lots of glitter going on. His eye has some of the shine and gleam to it. You can kind of see here. So hard to get across in photos. And then the glowing of the eye. I used a cool dry brush technique to kind of get it to do things. I did a Cyclone before that had a green glow to the eye that I really liked. And then he's got like the lightning power. So was required. Katie's like, rise. What size brush do you use for detailing? If you're talking about like micros, this is a 5.0. I also have these little Da Vinci Micro Novas are really good. You can get them really small because they're a sable brush, so they're really good. And then I have my Winsor & Newton Kolinsky Sable 00s, and then they tend to hold the tip reasonably nice, but I'm not the easiest person on my brushes. So anything that's kind of, if you want to hold more paint and you want a longer bristle, but if you want a lot of control without the possibility of the paint just going bloop, then something a little bit smaller works a little bit better. I am not easy on any of my brushes, so I end up cycling them fairly often. But my Kolinskys I've been kind of reasonably nice to because they're like $40 a brush. Not cheap. So yeah, he's got lots of cool stuff going on. There you can kind of see the shine and the glimmer. There's a lot of pearlex in those cracks. And then I wanted the light to kind of be shining from behind him. So the idea is the lightning's happening behind him. He's kind of backlit by it a little bit. So you can see where the light is lighting up his mane kind of on the edges. And then where his leg would be, it's not because it's blocking the light. And then he's got kind of the light coming in around. So a little bit of a shadow showing up on the base, which is kind of cool, I think. And then let's see. You can see there's a lot of different tones and things going on in the mane. You can really see that turquoise kind of glimmer going on. It's a really, really cool effect that I got working on the horn. I'm very excited. Here's the eyeball. So this glimmers and glows, and then it kind of lights up the area around it. He is painted a little bit more artistically. I wanted to kind of play with the emotion of it. So yeah, all a little highlighting going on in his hair. And there's another shot. You can kind of see more of what that does in different lighting outside of the little light tent that's kind of behind him. So his eyeball has that glimmer to it. And then there's a really cool mixture of like golds and turquoises that light up his hooves, his eye, and his horn. And then on the back, he signed artist proof, rise, da da da. He's at 251 currently on Model Horse Place. There are time payments available, so if you need them, let me know. But yeah, it's kind of fun. I haven't done painted things in a long time, so yay, painted things. Let's see what we got going on. People are asking things. Shari, hello. Hello, Amanda. Yeah, so it must be Eastern time. It didn't let me pick the time zone. So hopefully that doesn't mess anybody up because I was hoping for it to be after work. And I know a lot of people get off at 5, so hopefully that didn't just wreck somebody's night because I don't think I can change it now. Teresa, hi! I need to remember that. It should actually be written on there. Maybe it is and I just missed it, but bah. Let's see. One of the tricks with brushes, apparently, other than washing them and keeping them nice, is not letting any of the paint or any water get into the base here because that'll mess it up. And then don't dry it with the tip anywhere but like flat and straight. You don't want to put it in cups or anything, or dry it hanging down is ideal. So behind me in here, up there, is like a little hanger so I can dry the brushes and just stick them in a spring above a little bucket. But that sometimes doesn't happen because I get distracted. So yay. Oh, Kinsey's watching me while she's making things. Make the things. Let's see. Got my dad to help me with an armature today. He's really good at making horse armatures. Doesn't even do the hobby. Your dad seems like a handy dude, so that doesn't really surprise me. He probably is gonna make a jig now because that's generally where they go with it. It's like, oh, I'll just make it easy, so each time I can make a really easy horse armature. Andrea, hi Andrea. The worst for keeping brushes in good condition. Yeah, so there's pink soap works really well. Try not to get too much into the ferrule or however you say that. The place that holds the metal thing that holds the bristles, and then just be gentle to them, love on them, baby them. Not as much as an airbrush. An airbrush is a princess. A little brush is less of a princess. They're just more sensitive in general. So, is that a shiny juggy behind me? That is my horsing around shiny juggy. Yes, I can tell it. And hi, Annie. You can hear him go tink. He is made of Zichinas. So I got to pick 2 custom colors for myself. I wanted Bayroan because horsing around does an amazing, well, any roan, but Bayroan in particular. He's very, very shiny. Very, very nice. Just some of the tones that they got inside of this roan coat they're just stunning. So I have yet to pick my second color, but I will figure out what that looks like at some point. And we will see. So yeah, I will show you who to put his now. So you'll be able to see maybe as I drop it. You can see how shiny that horn is, and it's got a lot of teals, and the lights are just going to totally mess with him. It's maybe a little bit more accurate. Oh, I wish I could get that color better. It just blows it right out. But the hooves, the eye, and the horn have that same kind of sheen to them. It's like stunning in person. So it goes from a more natural color with more of those teals and the dark tones right to a white kind of opalescent-y. Yeah, that's kind of the it would be more opal is how that looks in person. But you can see all the shading kind of makes them pop, which is really fun. And then he does have the flat base, so you can just set him on your desk or on your shelf as he is without needing to support him in any way. And these lights are not doing the color any justice at all. It's like, we got the human color. But you can see how he kind of matches. Purple, purple. So, that is him. This one, it might be a little bit nicer too. No, it's turning her kind of blue too. But the hair by hair effect, actually the photos work really well and look really good. You can really see that. I'm definitely enjoying getting in some more painting. Some of these things were like, this guy's been almost done for ages, and so I just took the opportunity to actually finish him. But you'll see more painting and stuff from me. I can't sit there and paint forever and be motivated forever, whereas I can for sculpting. I can kind of sculpt until I destroy myself, whereas painting takes a little bit longer. The background and the waves here are all that Pebeo Prisme, Vitrol, and Moon mixed, which gives you kind of different cool effects. And then they're glossed, whereas he's kind of satiny matte. There is a little bit of sheen to all of these. They're not like matte. There's a little bit of coat sheen going on. And then the little booger that I have to be very careful with because he's very, very small. Look how small. Like, that's not even, like, literally, he's like one of those little maple candies you can just put in your mouth. I could probably put the whole thing in my mouth too. So very, very small. And then, like I said, I tried to amp up the shading and the contrast on him so that, oh, come on, so that he would pop. If he's sitting on a table and somebody doesn't have a magnifying glass, he'll pop a little bit. Don't drop the micro. And these, I'd go by the photos, not these live pictures, but you can kind of see the sheen in the mane. A little bit of the sheen in the wings. Tail has some sheen. He's very cute. Very, very cute. There you go. You can see I highlighted in all those neck muscles and the wrinkles and all the good stuff. So he is fun. But you can see behind me, there's a little stack of in amongst all of the Nokis and the ruffles, which I'll show you guys in a second. There's some painted stuff. So like the moose and things like that, they'll be coming at some point in the future. I'll probably just pop them up for individual auction rather than doing a big thing for all of them. Let's see. Okay. So these are the castings as they're going out. I'm trying to clean up pretty much as much of the prep work for you guys as I can, because I know that it's hard to find preppers, and I am apparently too picky for my own good. So that is not a I'm painting it resin. That is a I'm shipping this to someone who bought one this weekend resin. All of them are on that table behind me, so they're in various stages of going into boxes right away here. That's my job today and the next couple of days. So same deal with this guy. I try and clean up most of the seam lines, leave you with as little prep as I can reasonably do without charging you an extra like $100 to prep them all. I don't charge you any extra for the preppings. But there might be a couple little deficiencies on them where you need to just fill a couple things or sand a couple things, but I try and keep them as close to ready to go as I can. But look at the little tail. Look at that. Look at the little tail. Look at it. It's just, oh, I love it. I love it so much. He's a cute little boogie. I can't wait for all the Appaloosas on him. He's going to be so cool. So you can see he is a mirrored version, so their legs are opposite. Kept it kind of interesting. So when you put them together, they can do a little dance. But yeah, super fun. I'm really enjoying them. And I really appreciate the support. There's been a lot of people that have decided that they wanted to take one of these guys home or a bitty biter, which I don't have here to show you guys because I don't have any castings yet. But we did have 20 of each of these guys and then 20 of the biters that were the ones that were in stock. I think that there are maybe a couple of each of these guys left that are in stock ready to ship. So they're the ones that are behind me. Let me just double check what my website says because I haven't checked it yet today. Yes. So if you wanted to grab one of these guys that are ready to go, get it right away, paint it, do whatever you want to it. There's a couple of those still up on the site. There are time payments still available. Those will be open as well as your paid in full orderable version. Or if we run out of those orders and I get caught up before the end of the month, then what I'll probably do is cast some smaller batches so that they're just in inventory in the store and you can order them. Until the 31st. So that would be just over a month from now, like a month and a week. So that gives people time to get in there. If you are ordering this weekend, there's a giveaway. So it's one of the resins of your choice. If you win the first place prize, and then there was one $100 gift certificate to the studio to apply to whatever you want, and then two $50 gift certificates. So anybody who places an order this weekend, I will be randomly drawing for who wins those and announcing the winners tomorrow when I get up, which will be later, not early in the morning. So don't expect like a 7 o'clock in the morning post because I will be sleeping. Don't eat the auction horses. Oh, come on. But what if it tastes like blueberries? Jody says, I can't wait to get ruffles in my hand. I know, it's so cute. I can't resist a scruffy little ratty-tailed apple-bottomed Appaloosa. I actually have a Noki here that I've primed to paint for an artist proof sales piece, and then I'll probably do at least one ruffles because it's ruffles. Yes. Katie said that time payment slots were available until October 31st. Yes. So time payment slots as well as the paid in full slots if there's no inventory, because we'll probably just keep casting them to fill orders. and then have stuff ready to go for anybody who has time payments. And then, yeah, so until the 31st, they will be available. Kinsey, I had Briar Horse Show yesterday. Did not have any money left. Plus, I owe money to her mom. We have until October 31st. Maybe it's like a Halloween gift to yourself. So there's time. It's not this weekend only, but the giveaway it's kind of so that I can get a feel for numbers, so we know what we're looking at for having casting help and all that. So it helps me actually if you order it this weekend. But if not, that's okay. You have till the 31st. I understand it's kind of harder for people with school and all that starting. So there is time. We have the time. It's all good, people. No panics. If I had a biter here to show you, I would. I did test a little micro one, so that is as close to a bitty biter as you guys are going to get on the stream. But none of her are available, and I don't know how feasible she will be in micro form to sell. But it exists. Pretend she's big. Here. There. Ta-da! So yeah, there are, she's got the apple bottom jeans, hooves with the fur, exactly. So yeah, on that note, that's all the stuff that was available in the sale for this go round. I have more stuff planned, and then like I said, I split the releases up, so there's more stuff coming kind of in November, probably mid-ish November. And I'll announce more about that once we get a little bit closer to, and I will tell you what all the goodies are for that, which will be fun. But I didn't want to overwhelm you totally this time, because I know Bitty Biter and the two boys were probably a lot all at once. Just them. So I can't do like a Briar thing where it's like, here's 5,000 things. Buy them all now. Doesn't work like that. So yeah, I did get a cool box in the mail the other day from Jerry, who sent me some of the TSC ponies. So I have bodies for all the painting and customizing that I want to do. He is actually really cute. And I don't know, I can't tell if they fixed the face. It looks like there's still probably a little bit of a dent on that one side, but that's easily fixable and less noticeable in the tiny version. I quite like this guy in small. And then I have a body spotty thing. So imagine this color on this guy. Oh, I did get something else in the mail too. So thank you, Jerry. Was it ponies? And then I have a OF one coming that I will keep it with. There is Paint Pony Studios. I said I was missing my stickers, so I got stickers in the mail. This is the oh man, Odette. And if you haven't seen The Swan Princess, you need to go watch it, because I loved that movie when I was a kid, along with The Last Unicorn and Nightmare Before Christmas. But The Swan Princess was just kind of cheeky and fun, and not like, "Oh, save me," but kind of in a princessy "oh, save me" way, but she was more kick-ass than that. It was kind of cool. I really enjoyed all of those movies. But fun. And yeah, ankle biter, the mini biter is scaled to go with little buckers. So the little bucker that's in the photos is this boy. So she is that small. So it's not that much smaller than Venti, but I can't call it appropriately Venti because she's not 1/20th, technically. Because he was made before Venti was even a thing. So Curio was more of a thing. I did notice that a few people paid off their taters. So I will be emailing you guys to let you know when they're going to go out. It probably won't be very long. We have everybody cast and hanging out, so I just need to do a final look over them and then pop them in boxes, and ta-da! But with all the orders that are shipping out this weekend and over the next week and a half, it might be a little slower than your average, just because there's a lot of stuff to get into boxes and send out, which isn't a bad problem to have. So yeah, that is what I've been up to. Is my Fireheart a glowy? I believe my OF one has a little bit of glow to it, but neither of these guys glowed. but I haven't tried charging them up for too long. Nope. No glows for me, but I have an Athena that kind of has glow, which is kind of cool. It is kind of neat that Briar, well, whether it was intentional on Briar's end or not, that they had the recycled glow in the dark plastic get mixed into things, and now we have ponies that secretly glow. So it's like kind of a little Easter egg. I like it. Sherry says, watching you while cooking chili for the Chiefs game. Yes! I need to make chili. It is the season for chili, and I haven't made chili in forever. There's a turkey maple chili recipe that I have that's so good. You're like, food! And then she goes off on a tangent. Yeah, so good. And then there is just a normal chili recipe that I used to make all the time, but my husband, Chris, doesn't really like a lot of chili unless it's got some sort of bread thing to absorb the juices. Same thing with soup. It's got to have a sandwich with it. Whereas I can just have bowls of soup and be content and happy, which might be what I have for lunch. I might go get tonkotsu ramen because it's delicious. And it's got like the big udon noodles in it and like a pork bone broth base. Ha! Food. I'm so hungry. But turkey maple chili, I should find the recipe for you guys because it was a really... It's like a sweet with a little bit of heat. Let's see if I can find it. It's maple bacon turkey chili, I believe. Is it maple bacon turkey chili? I can't find the original source. Sandy Richards, I think, was the... Sandy Richard with an I. So Sandy Richard turkey chili. Her books are actually really good if you're not a cook and you don't really know how to kind of mess with stuff. Then was it this one? Did she change the name of her website? Hold on one second. Nope. Somebody stole her recipe. They're really, really good books. So Sandy with an I, Richards, I think. Richard. Sandy Richard. And yeah, she broke everything out in her recipe books with kind of the order of operations. So the ingredients are listed as you'll be using them, and they're highlighted in the book, and it just makes it really easy. She lists times for stuff in a way that's a little bit different. I found it a lot easier to follow, and I didn't really know how to cook before because no one in my family taught me, but I kind of taught myself how to cook with her stuff, which is really cool. And she's got a lot of healthier recipes, which is kind of nice. But, I'll have to find that. Where'd it go? This might be as close as you can kind of get. I will pop it in the chat. Bam! So this is a different person. I don't know if they give her credit or if there's changes to the recipe, but it's as close as I can find, given short notice of not planning to talk about turkey maple chili. But ta-da! You can also freeze it. I'm just going to check her ingredients. Turkey, chili powder, cumin, oregano, cayenne if you want it, diced tomatoes. I don't see the maple syrup. Maybe it's not the right one. Darn it! Maybe it doesn't exist online anymore. Turkey maple. I'm going to spend all this time just looking for stuff. Ambitious Kitchen. That's the same recipe. Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to be able to find it. Sorry, guys. But Sandy Richard. So Sandy with an I. Let's see. Sandy Richard. I'll put that in the chat. They're really good. So if you're not a big cook or you want to learn more how to cook things and figure out ingredients and stuff, her stuff's really good. I would highly recommend it. There is a recipe that just popped up for maple candied bacon, which sounds also delicious. But yeah, it's a really good, like, warming, hot, sweet mix. And I'll try and find it. If I can find it, I'll have to post it. Maybe I'll post it in the chat and find it. Everybody's betting on the game. Just have sourdough bread or a French bread loaf on the side. Be like, here is bread. Deal with it yourself. Hi, Lizzie. How's it going? We showed all the things. Good afternoon, Brenda. Hello. I hope I didn't say good morning, but good afternoon. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited for dinner. I'm excited for shipping orders. I have some fun plans for some stuff coming up that I will tell you more about soon. I have the surveys to go out to all the Medallion Club members for the People's Choice Medallion, which will be really cool. I always get really excited to see what you guys are looking for and what you'd like to see. I have some really cool stories kicking around in my head that need to come out in horse form, kind of like Rise, same idea, where there's a lot of intensity that needs to be made into something real. So, hi, Laura Rocksmith. How's it going? Good evening. Yeah, sorry, I'm making everybody drool, and you're all making chili. I don't have any chili. No, I'm sad. I have to go find chili. Or cake, because cake is also awesome at any point. And we have some amazing bakeries here. So maybe it's not too late and I can go get myself some cake. Amanda's saying I'm not sure I can wait a year. Wait a year for what? Oh, when is Rise going to be available for club members? So I wanted the first ones to go out. I need to get through the sale, and then I will figure out how I'm going to be posting him outside of the club and all the pricing and all that. So he will be a little bit higher priced. He's quite a large medallion. He is 8.25 inches by 5.5. So quite big. And a little bit harder to produce with the base on it and stuff. So I'll figure that all out and then post that. You'll probably have him available before the end of the year. So within the next 2 months, I'd imagine I'll have him. As you can order more, you'll still get your free one with the club after your year comes up. But I know for some of you that is a whole year away. So it's a long time to wait if you want like all the colors and him now. So I will sort that out soon. Lost volume. Anybody else can't hear me? My mic seems to be still working. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me or if I'm just like, bah, bah, bah. Yeah, there's a cupcake place that makes cheesecake cupcakes that are to die for here. So it's ridiculous. They're called sweet something or other. But yeah, okay. Yeah, everybody else can hear me. Sherry, your speakers might have died, but check that. Okay. Yeah, so there's the amazing places, and we have a little Montreal bakery place that they do amazing cheesecake, like actual cheesecake. I haven't had the proper cake from the bakery place, but we had pie, like a cream pie, and it was so good. I'm so hungry now. I had a cheese string, and that's all I've had to eat all my day. I woke up at 2, so I've not been up that long. It's only a couple hours. But I will do the thing. And then I found out recently that I can make cake, like cheesecake. I've made creme brulee in my little sous vide cooker. So it's like an immersion circulator. So it circulates water and heats it. It makes the best, most flavorful tender meats ever. Welcome to our hyperfixation of the week. Food. And then I have, it'll do cheesecake as well. And I haven't tried the cheesecake, but it says it's supposed to be moist and delicious and amazing. I need to go buy all the cake now. That is how I'm going to fuel my night. It's just going to be all cake. Now I'm really distracted. But anyways, back to the thing. And now there's tiny birds outside my window, which is even more distracting because they're all cold and fluffy. We've had freezing nights for the last couple of nights, so I fed the birds to keep them a little bit warmer. Who mentioned food? Why'd you do this to her? Her brain's like totally off the rails. So yeah, if I find those recipes, I will. If you have any interest in like cooking stuff, get yourself a sous vide machine, immersion circulator thing. Best chicken, best ribs, best steak, best pulled pork, best everything is in this thing. The potatoes it makes are amazing. You did like, okay, now we're starting the cooking show part of the program instead of the pony part of the program. So yeah, there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of good things you can make in it, and it's very exciting. So it'll also keep chocolate perfectly tempered at the right temperature because it holds a temperature for long periods of time. Ah, so exciting. But anyways, that is a rabbit hole you guys can look in if you are interested. I will return to Kinsey, I was literally not hungry until you started talking about food, and now I am starving. Katie, I will not say moist. Okay, Sherry says, sorry, I just let you know that making chili, we're now on the Whole Foods menu. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I suck at diet type restriction things. And then apparently it's peanut butter jelly time. So peanut butter jelly time. Going off the rails. See what you guys do? Yes, Annie, definitely. So you can put the steaks in the sous vide, cook them to the perfect internal temperature, put them in the fridge, and then a day, 2 days later, whenever you want to, or later that day, just grill them, or even right out of the sous vide. You can just put them on the grill just to sear them, or in a hot pan, and you get caramelization on the outside and a perfect temperature in the middle. So good. You will never overcook a steak again. Sorry, there's people that are like, I'm dieting. Stop talking about food and cake. I could have a pen channel, and I could have a food channel, and I could have a pony channel, and I could have a philosophizing channel. It's just my brain. My brain's crazy. Speaking of pens, there's actually something funny. I was admiring my I was admiring the pen world recently when I first started getting into it, because I'm like, look, there's no drama. It's great. It's like rainbows and butterflies. And then frick, there's like drama out the wazoo. I don't even understand. Okay, it's not just Model Horse Hobby. They had like a whole explosion internally between, not going to get into it too much, but there was a company and a really awesome guy that was with the company that used to do podcasts on YouTube. And then he ended up parting ways with the company, and it became a whole dramatic, everybody shit on everybody from every direction. It's like hippo poop, where they do their little thing with the tail and it just goes everywhere. So the perfect hobby and with no drama does not exist. I will just say it right now. So if you were looking for it, or you thought the Model Horse Hobby was weird, it is not. It's everywhere. There's drama and crazy people and insanity and everywhere. So you just got to make your own little happy place within that hobby. This is what I'm learning. So yeah, pen drama. And like rabid pen drama. It wasn't even like low-key pen drama. So yeah, anyway. Don't like it. It was just ridiculous. It does put a taint on it a little bit. So now I'm like, well, if it's everywhere, we just got to learn how to be stoic about it and ignore that part. Like the whole troll thing. Just, don't feed into it. Enjoy the things you like. Pretty sloshy pens. Like you can see the ink sloshing around in it. It has sparkles. It brings me joy. My sparkly pen actually just choked on sparkled ink, so I have to clean it out. But I will still put the same ink back in it because it is sparkly and lovely. And it brings me joy to write notes in sparkly, shimmery ink. So, like the model horses, you just got to focus on the The horses bring me happiness. I enjoy painting them. I enjoy sculpting them. I enjoy putting them on tables and having other people look at them. And I enjoy making them for other people so other people can enjoy them. So the moral of the story is we need cake and chili, sous vide immersion circulators, less drama, and more ponies. Laura says they saw the pen is mightier than the sword, but I guess not the drama. Yeah. Pen, pineapple pen? Oh my god. I remember that song on YouTube. Anyway, look up the pineapple pen song. So yeah, that is a thing. So find a happy in your area and do the thing. But I've kept you guys far too long, so and my stomach is literally growling at me, and I don't even know if you can hear that. I imagine you probably can, but I need to go find cake and chili and something to eat. But I will let you guys go for now. Remember, the auctions end tomorrow. The micro auctions that Haley was running ended this afternoon. And the edition, if you want to qualify for the giveaways that I'm going to be pulling for tomorrow, make sure you order kind of by midnight-ish. I won't be up to draw a line, but it will show the time on my thing. So I'll be able to tell when the order stopped. So I'll let them go until like midnight and then next people's. But they are open till the 31st. So if you need to wait for a paycheck or you're waiting for something to sell, there's still lots of time. Don't panic. I'm trying to make this the least stressful process possible for everybody, but it is statistically impossible to make everybody happy all at the same time, but I try my damnedest. So if there's anything else I can do to make your hobby experience or your Sundays more awesome, you got to let me know. So tell me by email or in the chat or however you want to do it. This is supposed to be interactive, so we can do that. But I will let you guys go. I will see you next Sunday. It will probably still be a later stream. We're still on nights, and apparently I am on like till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning nights, which means I am not up in time to do early streams anymore. But we're going to switch back to normal day schedule, or try. I'll see how that works in a few weeks. We're almost done the shutdown. But this makes it so that I can see my husband. And it's actually quite nice to just work untethered at night with no interruptions, because then I can just go until I pass out. So, yeah. All right. Later, Gators. I will see you next time. Don't feed trolls. Focus on the things you want more of, not the things you want less of, because whatever you focus on amplifies. My words of wisdom for